What is up, Planeswalkers? Theorix6 back with some more Magic M20 spoilers. Yeah, I mean, cool stuff's been printed. I've seen a lot of people say how powerful the set is, and what I was contextualizing that as was compared to like all the sets in Standard. This is a powerful core set, absolutely. It's not as powerful as War. I could be wrong. I could be super wrong. But War seems just like fucking busted by comparison. I don't know. So we're just gonna kick it off. Vampire of the Dire Moon. Good old 1/1 Death Touch Lifelink Vampire. So I guess this is kind of the thing that Sorin makes. He made a Death Touch Lifelink. No, he gives vampires Death Touch Lifelink. Sure. It's a cool card, I guess. I don't think vampires need this as a one-of, or as a one-drop in Standard. But it's an option, you know. If they're gonna continue supporting. I mean, it really feels like we're going to Innistrad soon, like within this Standard rotation, because we're getting vampire support and we are getting more wolf and werewolf support, which I did not expect. But you know, we're getting that support, and we're even getting spirit support, right? Like that hints so much at some sort of return to Innistrad within this deck's lifetime in Standard, or in this set's lifetime in Standard. So maybe this is not meant to be good for the current vampire decks, and just meant to be kind of a look to the future, but you know, it's an option. Another vampire, Bloodthirsty Aerialist, is a 1 black 2/3 with flying, and when you gain life, you put counters on it. I mean, I think that's pretty fine. The vampire deck really frequently gains life anyway. Unfortunately, this is when you gain life, put a counter. It's not put that many. And also, one thing I should note is this card is technically upside down. You'll see in the foreground here, these are candles from Candelabra, and she is an Aerialist. She's upside down. I think that's really cool. That's about it. Probably pretty good in limited if you can deal with the black cost. Woodland Champion is a 2-mana. It's a bear. It's an elf scout, but it's a bear. When tokens enter, you get that many counters on Woodland Champion. So we're getting some token support as well. You know, it seems like a lot of these archetypes are getting support. And it feels so strange to me that they are giving so many things support in a core set, right? Like, and what I mean by support, it's not like general support, right? It's not like, oh, control decks are getting these cool cards, aggro decks are getting these cool cards, mid-range decks are getting these cool cards. Oh, look, it's like a helpful thing for combo. It's like vampires, lifelink, wolves, fucking +1/+1 counter decks, token decks, right? It's interesting. That said, I think this card is possibly okay if you're doing like a generalist creature token strategy, but I think you'd rather just stick with a certain tribe. I could be wrong. Raise the Alarm, just speaking of tokens, is a 2-mana instant, makes 2 1/1s. This card has been really great. I think every time it's been in Standard, which apparently has only been like twice, apparently. Alright. I thought it was out more, but I suppose not. That said, I'm pretty sure this is just actually like a decent card, and if a token strategy happens, it probably is going to be in part because of this card. Drawn from Dreams is a really nice art, obviously referencing Mu Yanling. Although I didn't realize Koi were also a Chinese thing. I don't know. Japan, the entire Japan, Korea, China region are very intermixed because of all of the wars. Same thing with like Europe. War gives a lot of cultural exchange. That said, this card is really good, I think. It's a 4-mana sorcery. If you look at the top 7 and you put 2 in your hand, this is a really good draw spell, right? Imagine Chemist's Insight, right? That's an instant, sure. It only has 1 blue pip, sure, and you get to buy it back with Jumpstart. But those just draw you 2 of any card. This gets you 2 specific cards out of the top 7. If there are any, this is one of those things that I was talking about earlier. Is like, this is just, oh, this is potential combo support. For Standard, if there's going to be a combo, I assume this deck is going to play it. I've already thought of some blue combos that I would like to play with this, and I'm not going to tell any of you because it's secret, and you can tune in on the 1st of July to see me play them. I don't know if this will be played in typical control. I'm going to try it in Grixis, because I'm going to try again to have more of a sorcery speed Grixis deck. And I mean, very similar to the insane instance from yesterday. This is really cool with Kefnet. But yeah, not sure. I do love it though. It's definitely going to see play somewhere. The paper. Don't get it. It's a blue aura that gives a creature a little bit of a butt bonus, which is cool, I guess, and turns it into a looter. That's about it. Elvish Reclaimer. Apparently, we're also getting lands and graveyard support. Okay. This is a 1 mana, 1/2, already good stats. It gets +2/+2 when there are 3 or more lands in your graveyard. We don't have fetches, but we do have Evolving Wilds. We do have things like Field of Ruin and Blast Zone. You know, there are ways to put things in our yard. We have Scapeshift right now. In a Land Matters deck, I assume we would be running Scapeshift. There's some more supports that I'm coming up to soon that go with this card. And also, you can just use this card by itself. Sack a land, search the library for a land. Not a basic, a land. Put it into play tapped and shuffle. So, I mean, this means that you can play a bunch of Silver Bullets. You can play a Field of Ruin for that pesky ass Kanto. You can play a Blast Zone in order to deal with something. Maybe you need more cards, and you have the City's Blessing. You can go get an ass Kanto. You know, the possibilities are not endless, but they're wide. Speaking of those lands matters, this is Omnath, Locust of the Royal. So he's been the Locust of Mana, and then he's been the Locust of Rage, and now he's got the blue mana because he's standing in a lake. 1 Teamer for a 3/3. So, you know, not great stats. This is 4 mana 3/3. But when it enters the battlefield, you just get to hit something for the number of elementals you control. If you just have Omnath, all you have, Omnath, you get to hit him. You get to hit something for 1. So decent, right? It pays for itself right there. But when a land enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 1/1 counter on all your elementals, and if you have 8 or more lands, you get to draw a card. Yes, I'm going to try to play a Scapeshift deck because this is damn cool. That is literally the only reason. Ogre Siegebreaker. It's a 4 mana 4/3 ogre. You get to blow something up if it was dealt damage. Great and limited. That's about it. This is another one of those cards where the background just seems out of place. Like, not this side as much, but I just like glanced right here and it looked different. Like, it looks like this super colorful thing doesn't belong here. I don't know. Metal Mario, oh my fuck. That's so good. This is Diamond Knight. C'est un Chevalier de Diamant. It's a 3 mana 1/1 that's trash stats. Vigilance, okay, it helps. And in the battlefield, choose a color. When you cast a spell of the chosen color, put a 1/1 counter on it. I don't think this is going to go into any established knight decks, because they're just better knights to play, I think, at this point. Probably just a limited card. We'll leave it at that. Heartpiercer Bow. It's an equipment, does a thing. Vial of Dragonfire. It's an artifact that you sack to shock a thing. Renowned Weaponsmith. This is a card that fetches those. This is essentially just a drafter's dream, right? You want to get some vials, you want to get some bows, you get some Renowned Weaponsmiths, you get a good old 2 mana 1/3. You get to add some colorless mana that you can only use for artifacts. And then you get to search the library for some artifacts. Those artifacts that we just showed there. It's good and limited. Will Weaponsmith see play in standard? Maybe, I don't know. If there's like a super high artifact deck, then possibly. Ferocious Pup is a 3 mana 0/1. Those are terrible stats. It enters the battlefield with a 2/2 green wolf token. It's 3 mana for 3/4 of stats. 2/3 of stats. My bad. But the cutest thing is that it thinks it's tough. Nope, it's the mom. The mom scares everything. But it's a cool card. I don't think it's going to see play in the wolf deck because I think there are better options. But if there aren't, I'll play it. I want to play some wolves. Cavalier of Night. It's another one of the cycle, one of the Cavalier cycles. This one is Lifelink. Sure. 4/5. Okay. They might all be 4/5s now that I think about it. I thought the red ones were 5/4, but I could be wrong. When it enters, you can sacrifice a creature to destroy an opponent's creature. Why? But like, actually, why though? When it dies, you get to return a creature with CMC 3 or less from a grave to the battlefield. I guess it helps itself. But why? It's probably fine. That's all I had to say about it. Which seems weird because I love black, but I'm just like, eh. They're just pushing 1 mana 1/1 or blue 1-drops. This is a single blue for a spirit and a pirate, both decent creature types, with flash and flying. This is a card that exists. This is a card that exists and has a deck named after it in Canadian Highlander. I assume this card is going right in there. Do you know why? Because in the early game, it's a flying man. It is a flying man with flash. Awesome. But it has the added bonus of drawing you cards if you get to a point where you ran out of flying men and your opponent's not dead yet. Smoldering Mask, as many other people have commented, smokin'. It's another colored equipment. I assume we're going to get one for each the things. But enters battlefield with a 1/1 elemental token. This, I believe, is a Lorwyn elemental by the looks of it. It's attached to it. The creature has the Mortar Pot ability, which I love, but we don't have Pure Steel Paladin. So back when Innistrad and Scar's block was in Standard, I played a deck that was a black-white token deck mixed with equipment, especially the living weapon equipment. And what I was able to do, you know, I had Lingering Souls, I had Pure Steel Paladins, I had fucking the swords, right? The swords. And I had Mortar Pod. And so what I would do very frequently, oh my god, I had Blood Artist too. Like, I essentially had aristocrats with weapons. And, you know, you get the equip for free, you sack it, and you hit someone, right? And I should note, this gives +0/+1. This gives nothing, right? So even though this does cost a red, you don't get the extra thing. But it does come with a creature that survives, whereas the germ is a 0/0, so yeah, maybe balances out. That said, this could just be a way to deal extra damage in an aristocrat style deck. The thing is, that deck has too many tools and has no room for this. Treasure Pile Dragon. It's a 5-mana 3/3 flyer. It enters with 2 treasure tokens. It's a limited card. That's it. WOTC. All of us in Dogville. None of those cat losers. Amazonian, I'm talking to you. I'm calling you out. Fight me. Wolves versus cats. Do it. That said, fucking Nightpack Ambusher is a 4-mana 4/4 with flash. Already? Sold. Gotcha. Other wolves and werewolves you control get +1/+1. This is another fucking wolf lord. I love it. The fact that it has flash means it works with the werewolves. Because you pass your turn, you have a 3-mana werewolf or something like that. Just go ahead and pass the turn. Werewolf flips at the end of your last opponent's turn. Flash this bad boy in. Your werewolf is bigger, and you go ahead and attack them at the beginning of your end step. If you didn't cast a spell this turn, which you're kind of incentivized to do with the old Innistrad werewolves, you also get a 2/2 wolf. But it's not a 2/2. It's a 3/3 because this is a lord. I love it so much. Give me more. I am so excited about this freaking card. Wolfkin Bond, I'm not unexcited about. I don't care about it. It's a what is it? It's Knights something. It's essentially the same exact thing. But in white. I can't remember what it is because I don't care. But it's a 4-mana enchantment that gives a creature +2/+2, and you also get a wolf token in addition. Cool. Steel Overseer is being reprinted. Steel Overseer is being reprinted. Saheeli, Tezzeret, Dovin, Karn. Looks like adopted tokens are back in the menu, boys. This is redonkulous. This is actually... Oh, Psy? Yeah. Redonkulous. This is absolutely awesome, and I cannot wait to play with it. Essentially just fucking token artifacts. Artifact tokens. This is gonna be great. For what it's worth, you know, it's not high in price. But still, you know, for $14, this is gonna be reprinted in a core set. It's gonna drop down real far. That's cool. Manifold Key. This is Voltaic Key, except different. In fact, I think this is technically just better. Voltaic Key. Oh, no. Oh, Voltaic Key can untap itself. And that might actually be important somewhere. But, you know, untaps a different artifact. And then you can also make it so a creature of yours can't be blocked. The first ability is probably just going to be better in Constructed if an artifact deck sees play. But the -3 is pretty damn good in Draft. You know, just being able... Mana Sink's always usually good. I shouldn't say Draft, I should say Limited. Technically, different things. But Mana Sink's pretty decent. Being able to have your biggest Chungus go on and get through, guaranteed, is pretty damn nice. AVO Treasury is a 7-mana steal effect that comes with additional text. So 7 mana for essentially just impulses clutches, right? You just get to take a permanent. Any permanent. Land, Planeswalker, enchantment, who cares? It also is a 2/3. You know, it comes with a 2/3 body for the extra one stats. Reasonable. You know, it's reasonable. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents that you don't own, draw 3 cards. So, the thing about this is it says you gain control of target permanent when this enters the battlefield. It says nothing about losing that permanent if this leaves the battlefield. So what that means is you blink the shit out of this. And because it says target permanent, you can steal something. You can steal everything of someone's. And the way you do this is by playing Lumbering Battlement and Hostage Taker. So you play an Esper deck where you just have... There are several combos. It would be too much to go into them, but I've been on the subreddit. I've been bookmarking combos, and I cannot wait to play them on the first and afterwards. There are so many cool things to play. I'm very excited. That said, this is a funny card, and I'm going to play it. And it's going to be awful because I'm going to lose to normal Planeswalker decks. Cerulean Drake is a 2-mana 1/1 with flying protection for red. Sacrifice it, counter a spell that targets you. I guess decent against mono red. And it works against Thought Erasure, but I don't think you're playing this anywhere but Limited. And Limited is fine, you know, 2-mana 1/1 flyer is okay. The fact that it has some extra text is also nice, but Another good 4-mana green creature. Someone commented that the green stuff has been garbage. They did comment that before today, though. It's also Dinosaur Support. Is a 4-mana, 5/4. Spell can't be countered, is pro-blue, and can gain your choice of Reach, Trample, or Haste until end of turn for a single green. Move over, control decks. We got a new bad boy in town. Obviously, this dies to black-based removal spells. This dies to red-based removal spells. However, what it doesn't die to is counter spells, and it can't be bounced with either of the Teferis. And this is something that is very good. Because this can give itself haste, that also means that unless your opponent has a non-blue removal spell, I mean, for what it's worth, you know, they have, like, Lava Claws is not an instant, but, you know, they have freaking Contempt, they have Bedevil, you have Mortify, you know, things like that. So there are around, and people are playing them. But if they don't have one of those, you get to just kill a Planeswalker like that. If they have a blocker, give it Trample. You're never going to get this Reach, like, unless you're in a really dire situation against flyers. But this is a 4-mana bank card and a 5-mana kill a Planeswalker. Pretty damn good. I like it. Picture of Dorian Slay. This is referencing the book Picture of Dorian Gray. I don't know what's happening in the background. We have a dragon here. We have a large deer. We have what looks to be a Hydra. And several what I assume to be our Planeswalkers. This looks like potentially a Minotaur. No idea what that is. That kind of looks like Dovin there. And this kind of reminds me of Venzer. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what exactly this is meant to be. And I'm also curious as to what this is. Like, I would have assumed technically, like, potentially that it would have been on Ravnica, because this does kind of look like Niv, and this kind of sort of looks like Jace if you squint really hard. But it definitely doesn't seem like it, because what's the deer about, right? I don't recall anything about a deer. I don't recall the Hydra being that important. So I'm just like, eh. So I'm curious to see if there's any story behind this, if we're going to see more of this place. That said, 3 mana artifact. This is another one of those 3 mana things that helps creatures that you get to choose. Wizards has been printing some of this style of effect. Choose a creature and then get a bonus for that creature type for a while now. So, you know, this is just another one of those things. Creature of the chosen type, get +1/+1. It's an anthem effect, always nice. And then, you know, it has additional value, which is really nice to see, right? 3 and tap, look at the top 3. Not a bunch, but you can do this at instant speed, right? You may reveal a creature from the chosen type, put it in your hand, put the rest in the bottom, right? Seems reasonable. Really seems reasonable. I don't know if this is fast enough, good enough, whatever, to be played in standard, but it's another one of those cards that will likely see play in some EDH decks that are looking for this effect. Lotus Field. A land with hexproof, which is very good. It is good that they gave this land hexproof, because if you didn't, one, Field of Ruin is in the format. This would not see play if Field of Ruin was in the format and this didn't have hexproof. But also, in EDH, a big issue is that you play something like a Karoo land, which are the lands that bounce another land to your hand. Or you play something like the storage lands, where you need to essentially get use out of it over several turns. You're dumping a lot of mana into it, etc., to get a big burst of mana. Those get hate on by single land destruction spells. Real easy. Real damn easy. This doesn't have that problem. It doesn't enter the battlefield tapped, which sucks. When it enters, you have to sack 2 lands. Luckily, they don't have to be untapped lands, so you could theoretically turn 1 land, turn 2 land. Okay, yeah. Turn 1 land, turn 2 land, play a 2-drop, play this, sack those lands. Next turn, you have a land that adds 3 mana of any 1 color. It is very important to note, this adds mana of any 1 color. But if you're playing a single color, that's pretty fine. It's pretty fine. Of note, if there are not 2 additional lands to Lotus Field in play, Lotus Field will be sacrificed. Not because of any rule, but because it says sack 2 lands. If you have 1 land, you play this, you have 2 lands, you have to sack those 2 lands. If you have no lands, you play this, you don't have 2 lands, but you have to satisfy it to the best of its ability, and that means sacrificing 1 land. No tricks with this. I guess you could stifle this trigger. This is a triggered ability because it doesn't say as. It's an ability that goes on the stack. You can stifle this ability. I really hope we're getting Kaladesh back once the Arena Plus format comes, because then we're getting. Did I mess up? Is it 1S? Yep, it's fuck. I'm dumb. It's 1S. Because then we're getting disallow, and that would be funny. Obviously, it's not like the best thing to do to literally play a land and then pay 3 mana and a card to make it so you don't lose 2 lands. But it's funny, and funny, in my opinion, is worth playing. Oh wow, we're almost done today. Real quick one, which is nice. Arc of the Coffernit, because it's about treasure. 4 mana artifact, tap, choose a card name, reveal top card of the library. If the card has the chosen name, sack this, and then draw 3. Activate this only when you can play a sorcery. So, like, this is meant to go in decks that manipulate the top of their deck, I suppose. So, I guess if you're playing a lot of Surveil, then this is good there. The issue is it just is too slow, I think. Yeah, I think that's just, it's too much of an investment. Choisissez un nom de carte, puis révélez la carte du dessus de votre bibliothèque. Si cette carte A. Le nom choisi. Sacrifier la carte de la Devin. Is it? I can't tell if that's an N or an M. Don't know. Et piocher 3 cartes. N'activez cette capacité que lorsque vous pourriez, that's could, lancer, I guess, is cast, en rituel sorcery. Last one, but not least one. Villus, Broker of Blood. This is a 8 mana, 8/8, thank you, demon. Flying, doesn't have trample? Oh, they got rid of the flampling. Black, pay 2. Target creature gets -1/-1. That doesn't seem very good. Paying 8 mana for, I mean, sure, it's an 8/8 flyer, but you have to pay a whole black and 2 life to make a creature lose just 1/1? What? Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. That many cards. Let me say it for people in the back. That many cards. Pay 1. 1 black mana and 2 life. That's 3 total resources. You make a creature, get -1/-1, and you draw 2 cards. You know what we have in Standard right now? We have the 4 mana demon that has Spectacle and deals damage to you every turn. Damage causes loss of life, by the way. We have Doom Whisper, a demon that can pay life 2 to surveil. We also have a decent amount of life gain in Standard right now, so I'm kind of thinking black-white's life gain demons. I'm just saying. Just saying. I think it's funny. I'm gonna try it. I think you're gonna need a lot of ramp though, because the black. I mean, you could try to do mono black. I don't think there's enough mono black life gain, but there could be, I suppose. There's Contempt. There's Moment of Craving. I don't know if there's that much more that just isn't seeing play because it's not needed right now. But I love the idea. Also, this flavor text. You can sign, or you can spend your life imagining what might have been yours. Your choice. Fucking love it. Yeah, I mean that's all the cards for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks patrons for supporting. If you'd like to join them supporting, find links in the description below, along with a bunch of other nice links. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video. Bye.